hockey IQ, skating, puck skills, shot. These are just some of the skills that coaches and scouts really look for when they're looking at hockey players and evaluating them. But there's another skill that's more in between the lines of those that coaches and scouts really look for in players. Can you guess what it is? What's going on, guys? It's Brian from Advancement Hockey Advising here. And today we'll be talking about the meta skill, or the skill that's more in between the lines that coaches and scouts really look for when they're evaluating hockey players. So at this point in the video, you're probably telling yourself, come on, Braden, just give me the answer. Quit stringing me along, quit teasing me with it. Just give me the answer because I want to know what the skill is, right? Well, because I'm a nice guy, I'm gonna give it to you guys. But before that, obviously, what would an AHA video be without me asking you guys to absolutely destroy that like button if you haven't already? And if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss another video moving forward. So you guys are probably hating me right now, so I'll quit the jokes here and I'll tell you guys what the skill is. So the biggest meta skill for you guys to focus on is compete. And what do I mean by compete? Compete means that you show up to the rink for practices, games, workouts, anything that you do, you show up with intensity and intention. So why is this important, and why do scouts and coaches look for it so much? Simply because that players that compete can really be the difference makers in games, okay? They're often the leaders of the team. They're the guys that just make the difference out there and that just make things happen. Just an example here. So let's say you got two players, okay? And they're of similar skill. Let's say they're the same, right? But one's got that compete, finishes every check, blocks every shot, wins those puck battles, just competes hard for everything, back checks. And then there's another player that's skilled but that doesn't do all these things and doesn't execute to the same level. Who do you think the coach is going to pick? Well, obviously they're going to pick this player, right? Even if the other player is even like slightly more skilled, they're probably going to go with the guy that competes more because he's the guy that's going to really help them win games. These guys are the difference makers in games, and that's why coaches really look out for these players. Now, I want to say a caveat here is that, you have to have skill to be able to play the game of hockey and to be able to advance in the future, right? You need the skill there, but the compete just helps you get that edge over players that have similar skill as you. So you really want to emphasize putting compete into your game. That means that when you show up to the rink, go for an extra set. Let's say, you have a workout and you have to do 10 reps of bench, try and get 11 reps in there. Try and add, 5 or 10 pounds to it. Same thing when you're on the ice. If you have drills they have to do one-on-ones, try and win that extra one-on-one battle. Try and win every puck battle you can in the corner. Everything like that, anything you do in your life, you just want to add an extra level of competition to it and compete every single time. And you will notice the results in your game and in your life as well. All right, now it's good to talk about, fostering compete into your game, but how do you actually do this? Because it's a bit different than the other skills like skating, shooting, passing, all that stuff. You can practice those with repetition. Compete is more of a mindset, a way of life in a way, to always be competing with others. It's a little bit different, right? It's more of a character trait than, physical skill on the ice. So how do you foster this? Well, in my mind, there's two main ways to do it. First, it starts with yourself, okay, your own mindset. And secondly, it's with the environment that you put yourself in. So we're gonna kind of break these down one by one. All right, so starting with yourself, what do I mean by this? Well, it's the mindset that you have, right? It's having clear goals, clear objectives, and following through with them and setting yourself high standards and holding yourself accountable. So for example, if you know that you need to work on your shot, let's say you want to do 50 shots after practice. Well, it's actually going through it and doing those 50 shots every single day, and maybe going even further, doing 51, 52, or maybe 55 shots every day, and finding ways to grow from there, right? If it's one-on-one puck battles, do those before or after practice, or when you do them during the practice, just make sure you go with intensity and try and win every single battle. Same thing in the gym. It's the same mindset. It's just having that mindset to continuously show up with intensity, grow, improve, and keep going from there. It's that kind of mindset that you need to have. All right, now the second point here is putting yourself in the right environment. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean surrounding yourself with the right people that have that same kind of compete mentality. Now, there's a saying out there that's called, you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself the most with. And that's really true, right? If you notice that you surround yourself with millionaires, well, chances are you're going to become the next millionaire if you surround yourself with those people, right? If you surround yourself with a bunch of people that are overweight, out of shape, aren't doing the things they're supposed to do, chances are you're going to follow their lead as well, okay? You're really influenced by the people surrounding you. So it's important that you find people that have the same type of mentality as you, where you want to compete each and every day. Find those people, seek them out, push yourselves to get to that next next level. So it's really important to do that. There's three main groups that I can see influencing hockey players. First is your immediate teammates. If you find teams that win, that have that kind of mindset, and on your team, usually there's like 2 or 3 guys that are really big on competition, that are intense, surround yourself with them, push yourself, and always try and do the one-on-one drills with these guys. And you will notice that your mindset's gonna shift. You're just gonna hit that next level if you continuously hang out with those guys. So those are the guys you wanna find. Next is in your upbringing. If you can find, siblings, friends, cousins. For me, it was my cousins that I always used to compete with, whether it was playing soccer, hockey, chess, like anything that we played when we were younger, I'd always compete with those guys. And having that kind of, upbringing and competition, it really makes you a competitive person. And that's really, really valuable for you. So if you can find that when you're younger, that's a second group that you really want to look for. Lastly, as you get older and you can choose which teams you want to play for, find coaches that have that same kind of mindset. Find coaches that really value having their team always grow, always improve, never being complacent, and coaches that really value healthy internal competition within the team. So they really value battle drills, always, setting high standards, always finishing your checks, all these kind of things. Those are the coaches that you want to seek out. So to recap, you want to seek out the teammates that are very competitive, the coaches that are very competitive, that have healthy competition, and also throughout your childhood, if you can find people that are competitive as well. All right, so to wrap this video up here with the main message, if you could pick one skill, you want to pick compete when it comes to a character skill or a meta skill. How do you foster compete? You set yourself with the right mindset, so it starts with within, and then afterwards you put yourself in the right environment with the right people to influence you to become more competitive. All right, guys, that is it for the video. Hopefully you got some value out of it, and hopefully I didn't string you along too much in the intro there. I always like to have fun with these videos, so hopefully you guys aren't bothered by that too much. If you did enjoy this video, and if you haven't already, consider absolutely destroying that like button. It really goes a long way for the algorithm and for more people to see this video. Also too, if you're new here and if you like these kind of videos, consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss another video moving forward. If you had any questions, anything whatsoever that you want to talk to us about throughout the video, consider dropping a comment down below, or if you want to message us privately, send us an email at info@ahadvising.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on that next one.